What's up, YouTube? It's Joel. We actually have a timeline date for getting the reconciliation package passed with the 4 stimulus checks that people are looking for a long time. This is huge. These words are coming straight from the leader of the Senate, Chuck Schumer. Also, the $1.2 trillion bipartisan deal has officially passed its first test in the Senate. The vote was 67-32, but there's a lot more stirring up from this big time. We even got McConnell, who says he will vote to advance the bipartisan deal all the way through. We have Kirsten Sinema, who has said that she doesn't support the $3.5 trillion reconciliation package price and that it needs to be scaled back, which to get this package passed, they need her vote big time. And people are furious with her about this. So a lot going on there, but we do have really good news that our economy grew 6.5% to pre-pandemic levels. So we're definitely heading in the right direction. But I do have something really amazing to show you at the end of this video for everyone that you don't want to miss. It's freaking awesome. But this is your stimulus and economic news update, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I just want to say thank you, but guys, we got a goal to hit. We're trying to reach 55,000 subscribers, and I'm going to give away another $500 on this channel whenever we do. And all you have to do to qualify is do these 3 things. Number 1, like this video. Number 2, subscribe to the channel. And number 3, comment on this video down below about the topics that we talk about. But we're so happy with where the channel is going, but it's all because of you. But please, if anyone asks you for personal info or to contact them on WhatsApp, it's not me, it's fake, so please don't do it. So we are on our way to seeing a reconciliation package come forth, come to life with, a possible 4 stimulus check. We've got monthly stimulus checks for the child tax credits, increased monthly checks for those on SSI, SSDI, and Social Security, and child care for parents, and so much more with this reconciliation package. But this is all possible because the $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package just passed the first big step. The Senate voted 67-32 to begin the process for getting this whole bipartisan bill passed. It includes new spending to build roads, public transit, broadband high-speed internet for every American, upgrading our airports, our ports, and our waterways, and improving our power and grid system and water systems. What a lot of people are happy about, though, is that this bill is paid for because we're already $28.5 trillion in debt, and there was 17 Republicans who signed on board to get this done. They are working together like we should be. That's the goal. We have Senator Tom Tillis, who is a Republican, who said that the credit goes to the Democratic Senator Kirsten Sinema in getting the bipartisan package past the finish line. He said, "It's rare to have an elected official from one party publicly praising another from the opposite party, but I'm doing just that because it's so essential for the future of our nation that Sinema holds fast in keeping the filibuster intact." This is what America is about, coming together to get things done. We even had the Republican Senator Mitch McConnell say that he would advance the bipartisan infrastructure bill that a lot of his GOP colleagues opposed. McConnell said, based on a commitment from the leader Schumer to Senators Portman and Sinema, that the Portman-Sinema amendment to be filed will be the substitute amendment. I will vote to proceed to the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Because he said this, the odds are really good that there will be enough Republican votes to advance the bill just like they did in the first one. So that's a win for democracy. And now we head into an even more interesting scenario. Kirsten Sinema has said that she does not support the high price tag of the Democrat-only $3.5 trillion bill. Now, just to clarify, if they don't get her vote, it's pretty much not going to happen because not one Republican voted for the last reconciliation package. Now, she did say that while I will support beginning this process, I do not support a bill that cost $3.5 trillion. And in the coming months, I will work in good faith to develop this legislation with my colleagues and the administration to strengthen Arizona's economy and help Arizona's everyday families get ahead. So it's not like it's not going to happen. More than likely it's going to happen, but it's going to be scaled back because there is a lot riding on this reconciliation package. Like we stated above, people want another fourth stimulus check. Well, with this is where a lot of top Democrats plan to put it, is in this reconciliation package. But it also includes the 4 extra years of the monthly checks that parents are receiving for the advanced child tax credit, the increase for Social Security, the money for parents to send their kids to daycare, and a whole lot of other good stuff. But what everyone has been waiting for is a date, a timeline. Well, the leader of the Senate, Chuck Schumer, said this about when we could see the huge reconciliation package passed with, yes, some more stimulus for America. Schumer said at the end of the day, the 2 pieces of legislation, the bipartisan bill and the budget reconciliation bill, have got to pass the House and Senate. It is my absolute conviction that you're not going to have a bipartisan bill unless you have a reconciliation bill of $3.5 trillion. The working families of this country, the children of this country, the elderly people of this country deserve to have their needs met, and we intend to do just that. He said he was very happy that next week we're going to have 50 votes in order to pass the $3.5 trillion budget resolution. So the date for the passages that we could see this based upon his words are between August 4th or August 5th, that they're going to push this through to get it passed. And all I can say is it's about dang time. They've been talking about this for forever. Now, AOC, she's furious with Sinema because she won't support the $3.5 trillion price tag. She said, "Good luck tanking your own party's investment on childcare, climate action, and infrastructure while presuming you'll survive a 3-vote House margin, especially after choosing to exclude members of color from negotiations and calling that a bipartisan accomplishment." Now, she's not really tanking it though. Sinema said she would start the process, but that the price would have to come down. And we're talking trillions of dollars, not like $100 billion, but it's $3.5 trillion. That I could see actually coming down to maybe around $3 trillion, but we will see where it ends up at. But one really good thing to note is that the economy is doing great. The U.S. economy was officially back and fully recovered from the coronavirus pandemic as of June. The economy grew at an annual rate of 6.5% in the quarter ending in June. And as you can see in this chart, the economy has come back and is on an upward trend, which is great. In June, the economy gained 850,000 jobs. Now, the GDP report released by the Commerce Department's Bureau of Economic Analysis shows a snapshot of the months when hiring picked up speed and people felt comfortable booking vacations, eating at restaurants, and buying tickets to concerts and movies. Some Americans that received that $1,400 stimulus check in late spring or received extended unemployment benefits were provided the extra financial help that they needed to get their households back into their old routines and to get some extra spending money. And then we had even Jerome Powell, who is the chairman over the Federal Reserve, say that the U.S. Central Bank will not raise interest rates from the rock bottom levels too quickly due to recent inflation fears, reiterating policymakers' commitment to a broad and inclusive job market recovery, which will help the U.S. keep that upwards trajectory. So overall, great news for the U.S. I'm so glad to see that we're moving in the right direction overall together. Now, for all you true life investors, if you're not investing in letting your money grow and work for you, what are you waiting for? Use my links down in the description. get you some free stocks with either Webull or Robinhood. These are awesome trading platforms that I use that you can start to use as well and build your wealth. I personally invest in the S&P 500. It's basically one stock that you buy that is comprised of 500 of the largest companies. It's done phenomenal over the past years, and it's kicking butt, making a lot of money for a lot of people, and I'm saying, why not you? I even have a link in the description where you can go to learn more about it. And if you have any questions, please put those down in the comments section and I'll do my best to answer them. But investing can be easy. But if you want to have some millions in the bank one day, then you got to do what it takes to get there. And that's getting your money into some compound interest. So if your company, or you can even do this if your company doesn't have like a 401k, but you can start one. And then if they match it, that's even better because it's free money, but it can get you to $1 million+ in your account. And as you can see in this chart, if you have a 401k, we're going to take the average income in America, which is $31,000. Then we will use my numbers for an example. I'm 30 years old. I make the average income of $31,000. And what do? I start putting 3% of my check each week, which is only $17. Now this is pre-tax, so it's actually saves you money. And I do this with the average return that the S&P 500 has done in the past 10 years, which is 13.6%. And then you see where my employer matching what I put in, which is very normal for them to do when you got a 401k. But that's whenever I retire, I got over $1 million. I got $1.4 million waiting for me by just starting small and being consistent. Why can't this be everyone in the US? I mean, really, this is not that hard and it's possible. If you have any questions about this, put them down in the comment section. And if you want, I can make a video just about this. But I really do care about the United States. I really do care about our people in reaching financial freedom. And you can do it with $17 a week and a good 401k. So tell me what you think about this, but don't forget to subscribe, like this video, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on our stimulus and economic news that affects you, and learn how to build some wealth and some millions. This is Joel with Your Life Investing. Until next time, peace out.